Okay, everybody, hello. This is John Brown with another episode of Black Coffee here. And today we have a guest all the way from down under, Melbourne, Australia. Kelly, Nigel, and Christina. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, John.
Hello, Mr.
Nice to
Brown.
have you guys. This is the first episode we have where I love it that I see dad, mom, and kid. Usually it's just either dad, sometimes kid, but I see everybody. I love that. See what's going on here. This should be quite interesting. I'm looking forward to this challenge. I saw a video you sent of your son working out. So let me get some background information. So, Kelly, how old are you?
I'm 15.
15, okay. And what position was the linebacker?
Defensive edge.
DN. How tall are you?
6'1".
15, 6'1". How tall is dad?
I used to be 6'3", but now I just sit just over 6'2".
Yeah, that's the same here. And mom?
I'm about 5'10".
Jesus Christ, I love it. You get me excited here. You're talking my language now. Wait a minute. Man, ooh. See, folks? See, this is what you got to do. See, because like I said, two elephants don't make a giraffe. You see, they got the right medicine here, see? It's like, oh, man, he's going to be a monster. Wow, love that. Okay, so you're what did you say, 6'2" or 6, Kelly?
I'm 6'1".
6'1", and how much do you weigh? If you know in English. In pounds.
20 pounds? Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're playing football. Tell me about football in Australia, American football. What is it like? Is it challenging? What is it?
I'd say it's a lot different to what you see in the US. I'd say there may be a skill gap, but it's still the same sport.
Mm-hmm. But can't be as competitive, I would think.
No, not as
okay.
Yeah.
If
and
I
how
was
long
to
have you?
chime in here, sorry.
Yes. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, John, if I was to chime in here, because there's a significant amount of rugby players who crossed through into the gridiron side of things, the technical aspects of American football probably wouldn't be as prevalent. But when we're talking about the capacity just to get in and bang, that's most certainly there.
Okay. Now, I've watched rugby, but I never played it. But excuse me, but it never seemed like you're doing more pushing than hitting. Is that correct?
Yeah, it depends on what phase of play you're in.
Okay. Because in
And
football, there's a lot of violent hits.
There can be. More so in rugby league than in rugby union.
Mm-hmm. So it seems to me, Kelly, tell me about your workout program. Like, let's start with I saw some weightlifting clips of you. You seem to be quite strong for your age,
Yeah.
which is to your advantage. Only thing I saw that I probably would never do is I would, if you want to play football, I would not do any more deadlifts.
Yeah.
Because the risk outweighs the reward. You know, I know a lot of kids deadlifting. Okay, yeah. I know a lot of kids who are doing deadlifts. Division I coach walks in, they put more on the bar, and they pull their back. Then they're done for life. Done for life.
Yeah.
You don't want to be done for life. Another thing, I will eliminate cleans. A lot of guys start doing cleans, it weakens your shoulders. And that's how you end up getting clavicles pulled and broken clavicles. I will eliminate those two things. Everything else I would do. Now, when my sons were training, I'm a bodybuilder. So I'm into building muscles, bench pressing a lot, squatting a lot. But when they were training for football, I go, look, man, Amon was like 180 pounds. wanting to squat 4 plates. I go, no, 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 no. You don't need to squat 400 pounds. I know you can do it, but why would you do that? You're not bodybuilding. You're not powerlifting. You're football. If you do 300 pounds, 315, 325 for reps, that's fine. So there's no need to go crazy because, you don't want to get injured.
Yeah.
And I'm a guy who, I like lifting a lot of weights. I'm all for that. So those are some quick things I saw. And you're going to need some footwork worked on. Now, Go ahead and hit me with some questions. What are your questions and your concerns?
Pull them up real quickly. So let's say because I'm going to see some coaches in the US when I go over to Chicago for powerlifting, because I'm competing for Australia for powerlifting.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see some coaches. How should I present myself in all matters?
Do you have, first of all, let's start from the top. Do you have any relationships with any teams, schools, high schools here in America?
No.
Okay. So let me tell you who Adam Gorney is. Are you familiar with the website Rivals? Rivals? So what it is, they have a lot of different websites who rank kids. And they do it, so they'll take a picture of you and they will rank you once you get in high school here, or at least they'll introduce you to the world here. So you need to talk to him and see if he can put your profile up. What's a profile? Since you're in Australia, he'll tell you to take a picture of yourself from here to here, send it to him, and then he'll ask you a series of questions. Name, first, last name, height, weight, position, just simple questions. You want to populate yourself on the internet because coaches, that's where they're going to look at to find you. Okay? I don't know the rules, high school rules in Chicago, but I do have I may have this guy's number too. There's a high school in California, and it's in one of the toughest leagues in the country. They love international players. They had guys from, I think, Germany and some other countries. I'll also forward that information to my son so you can contact that guy, and I'll let him know that you're going to be calling him.
Amazing.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
So he's a high school coach. Now, I'm telling you right now, football here is different than there. Okay? We got some rough characters here. You cannot be soft. If your ass is soft, you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yes.
So I don't know what's in Australia, but I'm just telling you can't be soft. I saw some German kids look like King Kong, but play like Jane. You know Tarzan?
Yeah.
You know Jane, his girlfriend? So we say looks like Tarzan, but plays like Jane. You don't want to be that. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This school that I'm referring to, if I'm not mistaken, they somehow was able to help this kid with housing. I don't know how they did it. So that would mean you want to try to get to, in America, private schools, not public. Because private schools can do more for you. They can open more doors. The rules can be bent more in private schools.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, private school. Public schools, they can't do much. Their hands are tied. So first thing is you want to do is investigate into private schools only because you don't have any problems. And it's good to know somebody And there's another guy, I'm going to give you a number too. He once knew of some international players, or he talked to me about them. I need to talk to him again. I'll call him and fill him out. Say, hey, what's going on with these international guys? Do you know coaches that can help them out if they're interested? Woo, 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 like that. So there's going to have to be some favors called in. If not, how are you going to know, you know? I mean, they're going to be interested just in your size, your strength, and all that stuff. That's going to pique their interest. Now it's a question of, you know, how tough are you? And we have soft neighborhoods here and tough neighborhoods here. I don't know if you have that in Australia. I've been to Australia. I've been to Melbourne. I've been to Sydney. I even been to Toowoomba. You heard of Toowoomba?
Yes, indeed.
I've been to Toowoomba. So I've been to Australia many times. Are you guys in a nice, soft neighborhood, or are you in a tough neighborhood?
Well,
pretty much.
We are, but we're probably 2 blocks away from one of the roughest neighbourhoods in the town.
But
Okay.
our rough is different to probably your rough.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to have to somehow, how do I say this? I'm going to give you a number to a guy, and I'm going to say, this guy's a black guy, because you need to know the difference. And when you talk to that guy, he's going to have a different perspective. And that guy is the guy you want to say, hey, where you guys working out at? And try to get to that guy's workouts. Because he's going to be associated with the hood. There's going to be some rough characters. But I can tell you this. In those rough neighborhoods, once you're there, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, or other. They all treat you the same. If you're part of the football team or part of the club, you're part of the club. And no one will ever mess with you because you're part of the team. So there's no need to be afraid. But it's a different situation. You know, have you ever been in a fight?
Yeah.
How many fights you been in?
Hey?
How many fist fights you had?
2, maybe.
See, you soft. 2 fights your ass you ain't hard. So I'm just telling you right now, you may get in some fights with these guys. And if you do, you better fucking fight back. You see, you have a disadvantage because you're a white boy. You understand that? And you're from Australia. They're going to think they can kick your ass. So right away, you need to establish some rules. Ain't nobody kicking my ass. If anybody put their hands on you, you beat the shit out of them. You got to understand that mentality.
Yeah.
Now, why am I telling you this? I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, that your aspirations is to go all the way.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So you got to learn how to get tough. You can't come over here bullshitting around. And you can't hang out with the wrong guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been in Australia. I've been there 3 or 4 times, but I don't know if there's, you know, some of these football players here, they're going to gravitate towards you. You're going to make friends in one day. Some of them will take you and put you in bad situations. You don't want that. So you got to be able to sniff that out. If they're smoking weed too much, don't hang out with them. If they're drinking too much, don't hang out with them. They can still be your friends because they're from the hood. There's something about those guys you got to get some energy and some knowledge from and some know-how. But be careful who you hang out with. Your mom and dad ain't there, you got to be careful. You got to grow up real fast. Keep your nose clean. So
Thank you.
I'm going to give you these guys information, and you got to call them up, talk to them about who you are. I'll tell them about you and have them waiting on your dad's call. It's better for your dad to call, not you.
Yes, sir.
It's better for your dad to do that. And just explain to him who you are, how long you've been playing, and all that stuff. Now, the guy from Rivals, when I give you his information, you call him up have your dad talk to him. If they want to talk to you, get on the phone. Tell them your grades. They may know your grade point average, your height, your weight, your position, and they may ask you your top 5. What's your top 5 colleges? At some point they're gonna ask. So, what's your top 5 colleges you would like to play football at if you had a choice? Kelly, there's a question.
What was your top 5 colleges?
If you had to pick top 5 colleges that you would really like, which would those colleges be? Name them off.
I'm not too familiar with colleges.
Okay, it's a good thing you talked to me. Shit. See, you just shot yourself in the foot already. Okay.
UCLA would be one of them.
So you have homework. Listen carefully. You get one shot at this. You can't screw it up. So you're going to have to write down, do some research, pick 5 colleges, and just rehearse that you know the names. UCLA, and I would pick them all around the country, not just East Coast or West Coast schools. Because if you say USC, UCLA, Stanford, Washington, that means you're just interested in staying on the West Coast. The East Coast teams are not going to think about you because they're going to think you're not interested in East Coast schools. So when they ask, because they will ask that question, you got to say UCLA, Alabama, Florida, Ohio State, Michigan, stuff like that. That says to recruiters, you are a national recruit, that you're willing to go to any school based on what you just said. You're a national recruit, not a regional. There's a difference between regional and national. And you want to be looked at as national. And that's all about how you answer that particular question, because they will ask that question. Adam will ask you that question. But you can't say, if you say, I don't know, he goes, oh, okay. And then he probably won't put your profile up.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
So how would you understand the machine here in America? If they don't, how do I say this? Right now, high school football is being played in America. NFL is being played. College is being played. So how much time does a college coach have to really go to a high school and recruit players? They don't have a lot of time because they're busy trying to get ready for the game next week. That's why these websites that I'm going to give you information to are important, because that's where they go to find athletes. And especially you being in Australia. That's where they go to find these guys.
Thank you.
So, and you're going to probably forget some things. And if you do, just email my son and just re-ask the question. So what other questions you have?
Thank you very much. What would be the main characteristics expected to a great defensive edge?
They want to see, how do you say, bend, that you can get low. For your height, you can get down real low. Because the offensive linemen are big. If you can get low underneath them, they like that you can bend good. Bend your body. That make sense?
Thank you, yes.
So the one number I'm going to give you, this guy will be able to introduce you to guys to help you and give you all that information. Once you hit the States, you stateside, you can find all that stuff out from guys who play it. They're all around the country here. I like California football because it's good weather. You can practice all year round.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, I want to talk to your dad because, Nigel, it's not impossible, but it's easier for your son to make it if you're pushing them. Why do you laugh?
Oh, no, he gets pushed.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So,
Yeah.
just like in weightlifting, you got to push him in football.
Yes.
Yep.
It's you're the most important piece. You're more important than he is. You got to understand that. So, when it comes time to talking to coaches, talking to writers, it's better if you do it, Nigel. It's better for you to do that because I don't like grown men negotiating with young kids.
Oh, no,
It's
that's more than fair.
It's an unfair advantage. So it's better for them to deal with dad. Now, that's not daddy ball. That's just good parenting. So
Yeah.
you're the one who's got to push this thing and steer this thing in order for it to work.
Yes.
Understood.
So, Mom, you got any questions?
I guess a couple of things. When we do go to visit some high schools, obviously it'll be a very new process for us, even just to, I guess, look at an American high school, let alone their facilities.
Mm-hmm.
When we're talking to coaching staff, are there particular questions that would be good to ask in regards to their program? And I guess the education that they offer, and as well as community, etc.
Well, they're gonna all say the programs are real good.
Yeah.
They're gonna say the education program, the football program, they're all gonna say it's really good. You got to be careful with that. I would do the research. Good thing we have Google, because once they say that, just Google and see where they ranked. We have high school ranking systems here. And if you type in modern day high school and ask Google where are they ranked in the country, they'll pop up.
Yes.
So whatever school you're visiting, all you got to get that information. You can ask the coach and know he's going to say, oh, we got the greatest program book, this and that. But you Google them and see what's going on.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
they're going to all tell you, oh, we get kids out, we get scholarships, we do this. Don't believe it.
Okay.
Very seldom do a head football coach from a high school get a guy scholarships. He sits there and he waits for the schools to come to him and say, we would like to see Kelly. Can you pull him out of a class? And then they pull Kelly out of the class. You talk to the coach and woo, 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 woo. That's how it works.
Right.
So it's important. That's why dad got to be involved. Now, it's far away, but here's the things I'm saying to your son. So, Kelly, let's say you're at a high school.
Yes.
And a Division I football coach comes to the school, starts talking to you about your grades, your position, and your athletic ability, so forth and so forth. You get that guy's name and number right away. Let me say it again. You get his number and you punch it in your phone right away. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to forget his name because you're a kid. It's okay. The guy's going to leave and you're going to go, wow, Dad, a coach came up to talk to me and it was really, really nice. What school? You'll remember that. And then your dad going to say, well, what did he say? It's going to be small talk. But somebody at your household got to call that coach up and say, hey, coach, how you doing? I'm Kelly's dad. Want to talk to you about your school. We love your school. So you tell them you love every school. Any college come up to you, you love every college.
Yeah.
And your dad will talk to them. And your dad will just talk about football, the program, and Nigel, never ever hang the phone up without asking for a Division I offer. Do you know what an offer is? Do you know what an offer is?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So any coach you talk to, you ask for the offer. Don't be ashamed, because it's a verbal offer. Let me explain that to you guys. It's a verbal offer. It's not written in paper. It's just his words. Kelly, as of right now, we'll offer you a full scholarship to the University of Michigan, for an example. And you say, thank you, coach, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's what that is. At any time, they can rescind that offer. At any time, you can go to commit to go to that school, and they say, no, it's not available, that offer anymore. So it can change. It's just a verbal. So they have, let's say they have 3 positions available. This is just an example. They'll offer maybe 10 kids, because you don't know who's going to commit, who's going to go to another school. So you got to back yourself up. You got to make sure you have backups.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the verbal doesn't mean anything. So it's okay, because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't hurt them to give it to you.
Yeah.
That's why your dad got to always ask for the offer.
Understood.
You get 1, 2, 3 offers, then they all come in. Every school in the nation goes, we don't want to miss out. We're going to offer him 2. That's how it works.
Sorry,
You
John,
understand?
if I can just get in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, John. Do I ask for those offers in writing, or is it
No,
another verbal?
just on the
that
phone.
they make?
Just on the phone.
Just on the phone. Okay.
Yes. Because it's a verbal. So it's only on the telephone
Okay.
Yeah.
or text message, however they want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm Coach
Understood. Thank you.
Henry from Michigan. As of right now, we're offering your son a full ride scholarship to the University of Michigan. Thank you, Coach. Then I'm the dad. I'm saying you got to do this. You call up Rivals. We're going to give you that number and say, hey, I just want you to know the University of Michigan just gave my son an offer. Oh, thank you for telling us. They'll type that in. Now the whole world knows.
Wow.
The whole world knows now. Then he gets another one. Oh, now you're lighting the fire. The whole world knows. Now, if Michigan, Ohio State give you an offer, I can guarantee you, Alabama don't want to be left out. USC don't want to be left out. LSU don't want to be left out. They want to be invited to the party too. And then it starts stacking itself like a wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
But your job, Kelly, is to play football. And if coaches come there, don't leave it up to your high school coach. Let me say that again. You're too near me not to hear me. Listen to me. Don't leave it up to your high school coach.
Yes,
This
sir.
guy I'm going to introduce you to, wonderful coach. Wonderful guy. Love him to death. But he has too much work to worry about helping you or any of his kids. So you got to be a self-advocate.
Yes, sir.
So when the coach comes, you get their number, okay? You get their phone number, not emails, cell phone. And you store that in your phone. And you call your dad immediately, Dad, send this guy my highlight tapes. So you got to start making highlight tapes. And there's all the guys at your school, they'll tell you how to do it. They got guys that do it. That's easy. But I just want you to understand how the machine works.
Yes.
Because you're not from here, especially to you. So Kelly will play football. He'll lift the weights. He'll do everything he should do. And when the schools come, you give that information to Dad. Dad tries to get the offer. Then Dad calls Rivals or 24/7, these different sites, and say, hey, we just got an offer. Oh, fantastic. They love that. They need that information. That's how they make money. Without that, they can't make money. So, you got any more questions? I have a cold. Sorry.
Bless you.
In regards to, I'll wait till you.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Sorry.
In regards to
high schools, Kelly's had lots of feedback from different coaches in regards to how coachable he is and how
wait. I didn't understand that last part. Feedback from coach for what?
Kelly receives lots of feedback from different coaches here in Australia, whether it be strength and conditioning or agility coaches or strength and conditioning coaches or different coaches or coaching staff
coaches.
in regards to, in gridiron or American football, whether it be state teams. He gets a lot of feedback that he is very coachable. So when Kelly would be looking at a high school, to go to a high school in the US, what division would be something, what division would he be looking at? Is he to help fill that gap? Is it going to be best for Kelly to look at it Division 3, 4, 5?
Okay.
Or to be...
I go to the top. I start at the top.
Yep.
I want to be in the best division in the damn country. Period. Why? If you're in the best division, you got the most eyeballs on you.
Okay.
Yes.
Right? If you're in a terrible, low-ranked division, ain't no eyeballs on you.
Yep. Okay.
So
Understood.
the best division in high school football is here in Southern California, the Trinity League. That's the number one division. You can Google number one division in high school football in America, and it'll pop up. The Trinity League. And that's the league you need to be in, if you can.
That's right.
You from Australia? You used to the good weather? You don't want to go to the East Coast and freezing, or the North and freezing your butt off? No, you're not going to like that. California, because I went to Australia, I felt out like I was at home.
Yeah, understood. Thank you.
It's weird. The vegetation, the trees, the weather was exactly the same. I felt at home. I've been all around the world, but I felt the most comfortable getting off an airplane was in Australia. So I'm telling you, you're going to feel the most comfortable right here in Southern Cal, and this is where the best football is.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. Great advice. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Next question.
John, if I can ask a question.
What's that?
I was just saying, if I could ask a question.
Yes,
quickly. Sir. One of the things that I coach in a different sport and a number of teams, and one of the things that excites me as a coach is the ability to get raw talent and start to mould them into the type of player I think they can become. Is that what you generally tend to see over there in the States? Or is it more of a case of we like ready developed players that we can continue to develop?
Good question. Every coach wants a guy who's developed. But there's very few of those guys. Okay? Because most people are lazy. In order to be developed, you can't be lazy. And most folks are lazy. So the kids are not developed. So in your case, if you were my son and you coming in from Australia, I'm like, okay, you need a personal trainer. You need a personal trainer. Now let's look at the worst case scenario. You don't have a dime. You here and you need a trainer and they want money. You don't have a dime. You'll be amazed, and this is for the audience. You'll be amazed how many people say yes if you ask. You say, I'm from Australia. I don't have a dime, coach. But when I get money, I will write your name down, and you'll be the first guy I pay. I want you to train me. Can you help me? You'll be amazed. Almost every person will tell you yes. You're going to have a personal trainer. There's no way you can come from, you can't be from America and play football your whole life without a personal trainer. It's very difficult to make it. You got to have a guy who can help you. Your coaches don't have time. They have little drills, little stupid stuff they do, but it's not enough to get you right. He has maybe, I don't know, 70 kids on the team. How can he help 70 kids in a matter of 2 hours to become real special? It's not possible, mathematically. That doesn't mean the coach is not good. The setup is against him. You'll never become anything. You cannot, look, you play high school football not to learn how to be good at your craft. It's to learn that system that coach is giving you. To learn his plays, his way of coaching, his concept of coaching. That's why you play in high school football. In order to get ready, you have to do outside work all the time. And you'll get better. Very, very, very important.
Yeah. Wonderful advice. Thank you very much, Mr. Brown.
What else you got for me? Because
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. With your kids' experience at Mater Day, what were the major expectations?
Major expectation? I only have one expectation when I go to school. Put my son at the bottom. Put him at the bottom. Don't give him nothing. Put him at the damn bottom. But if he works his way up and he earns it, give it to him. That's all I want.
Yeah. No.
If you're not at the bottom, you see, you won't learn how to fight. Because when you leave high school, you got to fight again. You go to the NFL, you got to fight again. You got to always fight. You got to learn how to fight. Mm-hmm. So you want your coach to put you at the bottom, to piss you off, and let's see what you're made of. Let's see what you're made of. Now, you're a very strong kid.
Thank you.
So I don't see, like most high school guys, you're probably almost twice as strong as them for your size.
Thank you.
I made my kids twice as strong as the other people. Because I don't think a strong man will allow a weak man to whip his ass. I just don't think that will happen. So the fact that you're stronger, you just got to get a little tougher. I mean, you only been in 2 fights. That concerns me. So you got to get real nasty. You got to be like a dog. You don't want to get kicked out of school fighting guys, but you got to be tough. You come out here by yourself, representing your family. What's your last name?
Clifford.
Clifford. You gonna have Clifford on the back of your jersey?
Yes,
representing your family? And whether you know it or not, you represent Australia. So you got to do that in the best light you can. You ain't got no room for screwing around. Never forget that. You represent your family. That's why that name is on the back of your jersey. You can't screw it up. How's your grades?
They're good.
What's good? What does that mean? Give me some numbers. How do you guys score? Is it 1 through 2 through 4, A, B, C? How does it work?
It's,
at a percentage, primarily, John, it's out of 100.
Okay, so let's say the 100 is good, I'm assuming.
Yes, 100 is good. A pass is 40% and over.
So if you pass, that's 40%.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And I believe the feedback that I have received in regards to the grading, it's quite different to the US. I have received feedback that Australia grade harder than the US, and what would be a C here, or I don't know, maybe 60% would be a 70% in the US.
Interesting. I think I would say you're probably right on that. because our education system is real soft here.
Yes.
But my point is, your grades got to be up. You can't let your grades slack because that could disqualify you from getting a scholarship.
Understood.
So don't forget that. And the schooling here is not that difficult. Trust me. You better do it easy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
John, what does the transition from high school to college look like over there in the States? I know in Australia it's a very easy transition when you're going from high school into university, but that's from an academic standpoint. When we're talking with regards to scholarships and the way that you move across from being in high school to college, what does that look like, and what's the best preparation that Kelly can take in order to make that move?
that move is real simple because they spoil you. Okay? So if they give you a scholarship, they love you. And they're going to make sure that if you need a ride to the school, someone's picking you up.
Yes.
Your dormitory where you're going to sleep, they will make sure it's A+. Your food, everything will be taken care of. They will spoil you. So when you get to college, it's an easy road because they spoil the athletes.
Yes.
They give you just about everything. And then they got a thing called NIL. Are you familiar with that? NIL, name, image, and likeness. Are you familiar with NIL?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
So NIL is where they can now pay athletes millions of dollars to play college football.
Okay, understood.
And if you're good enough, they're going to offer you a scholarship and NIL money. They may say we'll give you a scholarship and we'll give you $100,000 for your pocket every year or $1 million, whatever, depending on how good you are.
Understood.
So once you get to college, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
You are living large. It's an easy transition, and they spoil you.
Yes, sir.
Having said that, John, if they spoil them, is it incumbent on the athlete themselves to keep them on track, to make sure that they're working hard to maintain their place? Or is there what's the trigger there to keep somebody on track and making sure they're motivated to keep working hard if they're being spoiled?
Okay. When my kids were little, I instilled certain work ethics in them, worth ethics. Too many victories weaken a man, Kelly.
Yes.
You know who Mike Tyson is?
Yes.
Mike Tyson said it was difficult to go to sleep in silk pajamas because he's making all his money and wake up and fight the next day. Once you start getting that money, you got to be careful. It can mess you up mentally. You can lose track. You got to stay focused because that's not the end of the rainbow. When you get to college, here's the tricky part. Listen carefully. It looks like the finish line. Let me say it again. You get to college, you got to be careful. Warn your children. It looks like the finish line, but it's the starting gate. Cameras all around you, interviews, people blowing smoke up your butt, telling you how wonderful, how great you are. You start thinking you're that person, and you don't have to work hard anymore. I'm sleeping in silk pajamas. No, don't forget that. It looks like the starting gate, and I was glad that I was there for my sons because I saw that and I thought, holy crap, this is dangerous. My sons need me now because this looks dangerous. All the cameras, the lights, the money, it's not right. Kelly, I won the Mr. Universe
Thank you.
twice,
Wow.
and I won the Mr. World 3 times. I worked my ass off. Let me tell you what happened. I worked my tail off. I get to the Mr. Universe, I win. I'm happy. I won. I did it. Hallelujah. I go home. I get a phone call. Are you competing next year? Are you defending your title? I go, yes, of course. Well, I hope you're going to be very good. You better be better than ever because everybody hates you. Everybody hates you. I go, why do they hate me? I won. That's why they hate you, because they're trying to knock you off. I thought once I won, I could exhale. I did it. No, it gets harder. So when you get to college, it gets harder. I don't care what it looks like. The truth is no one likes you. And they're trying to take you down. You got to know that.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you
Great
very much.
advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
This is real talk.
Thank you.
I'm worried today about kids. I'll tell you why. The NIL. How you going to give a kid $1 million, $2 million out of high school? He doesn't know about taxes. Unless he has a good tax person, he's probably going to get in trouble with taxes. Because they're too young to really know what to do. And if you gave me $1 million when I was 18 years old, or 2, 3 million, I'm going to think I'm rich. Of course I'm going to think I'm rich. I don't understand that that's not real money. It's very dangerous. Please, keep your feet on the ground. Don't get crazy. It's like a tornado.
Yes.
Thank
You're going around and around. Don't spin around in the tornado. Stay in the eye of the tornado.
you. Yes.
Stay in the eye so you can look up and understand everything. And it's not out of perspective.
Yes, sir.
Very, very important. And be careful with these little girls in California. Well, Australia, they got some wild girls too. Shit. When I was there, I was like, God, y'all girls are wild. The girls in
We
Australia.
may have had that chat, John. We may have already had that chat.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now. I went to Australia. Oh man, I felt like role reversals. Like I was the girl, and they were hitting on me and getting mad at me if I didn't talk to them. I'm like, wow, these are the most aggressive girls in the world. So you'll be all right here. The girls are not that aggressive.
Thanks, Mr. Brown.
What else? What else we got? Yeah, be careful with them girls. Because, hey, Kelly, they're dream killers. Be careful.
Yes.
Those girls can derail you. They're dream killers. You know, you got to be selfish. You can see a girl, but don't get too serious. Stay focused. Remember that name on the back of your jersey. I mean, your mom and dad being as tall as they are, come on, man. You being your size, you got a chance, brother. You got a chance. You got a chance. And it's a small window. It doesn't last long, brother. But you got a chance.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna call this guy up. Matter of fact, what time is it? I'm gonna call him when I hang up the phone. I think I still have his number. What time? What's the day? Monday?
Thank you, John.
I'll text him. He may be at practice. He'll be at practice, but this guy is could be good for you. If, you know, see what he can do. I think he had talked to some families, and they took the kids in and gave them a room and took them to school and everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
You just got to know people. Go ahead.
Thank you. You know, as parents and Kelly being young, but also understanding that this is his window of opportunity, you know, and this is his dreams to go to America and pursue an American football, you know, hopefully career. You know, the States is a long way from where we are, obviously, but just a plane flight. But, you know, for Kelly to have an opportunity to go over there and to be taken in by, you know, an amazing family, I think that would be a big part of the puzzle, which could assist him with this, this whole endeavour to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Allow him to concentrate on football.
Big part?
I just said it. Allow him to concentrate on football.
What's a line? What does that mean?
Allowing.
Allowing.
Allow him.
You said loud. That's loud.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I apologize. I talked
loud.
really
What that loud?
quick.
Come on, man. Allow. And you just made me think of it. I know another guy too. I'm gonna introduce you to. I don't like his school because it's quite small.
Okay.
He's not in the Trinity League, but he has connections. I got to do some thinking because the more help you have, the easier it is for you.
Absolutely will be. It'll make the world.
So Kelly, what would you say your biggest attribute is if a coach asks you that? What stands out the most on you?
That I'm very coachable. That'd be my main point.
Are your feet quick?
I'm strong.
What about quick?
I'm fairly quick.
You got to do a lot of ladder drills, a lot of cone drills to get your feet quick.
Yes.
If you were my son, I would say, look, I want you to do little drills where your feet are moving real quick, real short, choppy steps. Pretend you're a small guy, and you're moving like a short guy that's like 5'5". You're moving like him. You got to think that way, and then your feet will get quicker.
Yes, sir.
How tall do you think they think you'll get? What do you guys think?
Hopefully 6'2", 6'3".
I think he'll get to 6'4", truth be told.
Yeah, how big? What size shoe you wear?
Size.
You can tell me.
12.
44.
What is it?
You guys have meters?
Yes.
You have meters?
Yeah.
So you're 45 or 44?
What is it? I can't remember what that conversion is, but
No. Don't worry about the conversion. I'm talking about in centimeters.
Oh.
Do you have centimeters or inches there?
Yeah, we do.
No, I'm sorry. Do you have centimeters or inches?
Centimeters.
Okay, so 45. Do you wear size 45?
I think it's 44. Yeah.
44?
It is 44. Yep.
Okay, 40. At 6 feet, I would assume 44.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because so if you're 44 and you're 15, that's 45 is better. Because if you're 45, oh yeah, you're gonna be 6'3" for sure. So you'll be 6'2" easy if you got 44.
Well, he's got bigger feet than me, John. I can tell you.
What's that?
He's got bigger feet than me.
Yeah. He's 44. That's what I figured. Yeah. I'm 6'2", and I weigh 44, sometimes 45. It depends.
Yeah.
That's when I travel. But we have inches here. I just happen to know the conversion on that. Yeah, this is very interesting. And if there's other parents out there who have kids, Germany, Switzerland, Holland, wherever, there's a lot of kids who've came to the States and went to high school here.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of them. And I met a lot of them. And the earlier you do it, the better. Because you get a chance to understand how it works here, and you meet friends and they go do workouts with you, and you get better and better and better real fast. But remember, Kelly, your personal work that you do is crucial. So let's say you go to a trainer and he gives you some drills, foot drills, or whatever, some drills. If I were you, I would pick some of those drills, you choose which ones, and I would repeat them 15 minutes, 3 days a week. I would go to the park and just do those drills. 15 minutes, 3 days a week. You'll be amazed how that will compound itself. You will get exponentially better by doing that.
Thank you.
Very, Very, very important. 2 months after that, they'll go, wow. Someone will tell you, wow, your feet look better. You've been working on it? You have to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, thank you.
So you got to give me some time because I'm going to have to call these guys, talk to these guys, tell them about you, and get some feedback. They may, because they're right now in the middle of practicing. So I don't know when I'll get them to call me back. But if it's not immediately, don't hesitate. Because if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Very much appreciate it, John.
I don't say things that I don't do. I don't play that. So yeah.
Thank you.
Modern Day would be a good school too. That'd be the best one. But I don't know. There used to be a guy there who was helping all the kids. He's not there anymore. I gotta think. See what I can do to help you out. Make your road easier. You're going to Chicago to this competition. I mean, I would visit some schools just to see the pro. When are you going there? When are you coming here?
We leave on the 9th.
No, we leave on Friday. This coming Friday.
Okay, so the season is still in.
Yes. So we hit Chicago. This is the time difference. We do hit Chicago.
So it's going to be cold in Chicago, but I would just Google some high schools there, and there'll be high school games, and you'll be able to go up to the game. How long are you going to stay here?
We'll be in Chicago for not long, only about 5 days, 6 days.
Okay, so that's enough time. That's enough time to visit 2 high schools.
Okay, yep, fantastic.
Just to get a feel for their program, and let them know that you're thinking about going to the school, right? And is there any way they can help you with room and board? Can they assist you? You want to play here, you're thinking about it. Just see what they say.
Okay. Yep. Mr. Brown, to organise these high school visits, do I contact the administration or do I go to a coaching staff?
It's a good question. See, I'm a little different. I'll just drive up there. I'll get the address and go. Knock on the door.
Yeah.
You can beg for forgiveness later.
Yeah.
I just go. I get the address, and I just show up. Go to the front office. How you doing? Hey, we're going to just say we're relocating. Even though you're not, you say I'm relocating. This is my son, and we're thinking about going to school here. And he's a football player. Can we talk to the coach or talk to anybody? Because we're going home tomorrow, so we got to do this now. And see what they say.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. We can do that.
Yeah, just go and say, hey, look like we're going to be relocating because of work, and if that's the case, we got to find a high school. We're here, and we thought we'd come by your school and talk to you about that. And he may get here before we do. What if he's here, 6 months before we get here? Is there any way you can help him with room and board? See what they say.
Gotcha. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
But you got to, and I would go to a game.
Yeah. Okay.
Every Friday night, there's games everywhere.
Okay, great. And then once we leave Chicago, we will be stopping by LA for 2 days as well.
Oh, really? So if you're in LA, you should rent a car and try to call my guy. Let me call him immediately. Oh, God, I hope I can remember his name. Shit. So when this call is over, when I stop recording, yes. I'll give you some names. I don't want to say them on the air. I don't want people freaking out. John Brown helping these guys get to these schools, and then Next I know, the CIF be coming down on me or some craziness. Be mad at
That's
me,
wonderful.
you know.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So we're about time is about up here. If you have another question, you can ask while I'm here.
Did you have another question for him, guys?
I find any questions.
No, I'm pretty good for questions too. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mr.
look.
Brown.
Okay,
John,
don't
we
hang
can't
up.
thank you enough for the information that you've given us is fantastic.
Oh, okay, but don't hang up. So look, you guys, that's our episode for today. And again, if you're in Germany, Holland, LA, Chicago, it doesn't matter. If you have questions that you want answers to, maybe I have some that can help you out. Don't be afraid to go to Black Coffee, John Brown Black Coffee, Instagram, and sign up to come on the show and ask your questions that you may have. And if I can help you, it's my pleasure. And don't forget to subscribe and follow us, please. We're trying to get up to 100,000 likes and 100,000 subscriptions. So subscribe to the channel, please. But that's the show for today. And it's nice talking to you guys, man. Keep the faith and keep training.